If you don't have travel plans, don't make them.
The pandemic keeping more people at home this Thanksgiving, but not everyone is staying put.
Can't stay at home forever.
Family is so important right now.
And while experts understand the draw to be close to family for the holidays, staying away shows you love them.
A sacrifice now could save lives and illness.
Thanks for joining us on Denver7 News at 11. I'm Jessica Porter. Despite travel warnings, hundreds of thousands in Colorado and tens of millions across the country are heading out for the holiday. You can see the security lines at DIA are filling up, as are the roads. Today is expected to be one of the busiest days of the week for driving. But the airport is quieter than in years past. Denver7's Nicole Brady is at DIA with some new numbers from AAA.
Jessica, AAA says that air travel in Colorado is expected to be 45% lower this Thanksgiving compared to last Thanksgiving. DIA also said they expect traffic to be down about 30%. And looking behind me right now, we have seen the TSA checkpoint getting busier throughout the morning. There is somewhat of a line. Obviously, it is not empty. A lot of people still traveling, but this is lighter than previous Wednesdays before Thanksgiving. Most years, this would be a lot busier. And looking around the airport today, we saw it is quieter. The ticketing and check-in areas this morning didn't have that typical holiday hustle atmosphere. I haven't seen any really big groups of people, mostly people sticking with their own families, keeping their distance. We did talk to a few people who told us why they're traveling and why it is still so important for them to see family right now.
Incredibly important. Family is so important right now, and having support and being there for one another. We just really need this hope and this connection right now.
Now, as far as the roads go, AAA reports 848,000 Coloradans will travel by a car for Thanksgiving. That's actually slightly higher than last year's numbers. This afternoon is expected to be the busiest time on the roads, but some people might reconsider their plans at the last minute.
It is a tough thing for me to say as a travel advocate, and it's unprecedented in AAA's history for me to be saying this. If you don't have travel plans, don't make them. If you do have them, reconsider those travel plans. Now is not the time to be traveling.
So there you have it. You heard from people who are planning to travel. You heard from people advising against it. We know that everyone is going to make their own decision about this, and we hope people can stay safe and healthy while traveling. AAA does suggest if you are traveling somewhere by car, you make as few stops as possible. Try to limit your interactions and maybe quarantine when you get to your destination. I'm Nicole Brady, Denver7.
Nicole, thank you. If you are hitting the road for Thanksgiving or keeping it low-key at home, you could see some more snow on Turkey Day. Meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo joins us from her remote weather center with a look at your holiday forecast. Good morning, Lisa.
It's beautiful right now, though. After yesterday's storm and the snow, we've got clear skies, lots of sunshine. Temperatures have been pretty slow to warm, though, with the clear skies we had overnight and the snow on the ground. It puts down in the teens and 20s early this morning. We will, it looks like, they'll get into the low 50s this afternoon, right around 50 to near 53 in Denver. So a beautiful day today. A lot of the snow that's out there right now is going to melt off. I've got a north-facing drive. That could take a little bit more time, but we will see plenty of melting throughout the day today. As far as our temperatures this afternoon, again, right around 48 to near 52 in and around Denver, mainly 30s for the mountains, so it is going to be a little bit chillier up and through the high country. Right now, though, satellite and radar is quiet. There is going to be a chance for some light snow in the mountains tomorrow, northern and central mountains. We may even see a few flurries down here across the plains. I'll show you the timing of that and what to expect not only on Thanksgiving, but through the holiday weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Lisa. Another Front Range county moves into the red level on the state's coronavirus color dial. Friday, El Paso County will join much of the Front Range in level red. With Tuesday's snow and a holiday closure, coronavirus testing is way down this week, but we're still seeing case counts climb. Take a look at the latest numbers from the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. In just the last 24 hours, the state has confirmed more than 4,100 new cases. That's the highest number we've seen all week. The percentage of tests coming back positive is falling, but it's still more than double the 5% threshold set by the World Health Organization. More than 1,700 coronavirus patients are getting hospital care right now. About 80% of all hospital beds across the state are still open, but nearly half of the supply of ventilators are in use. Communities are starting to get concerned about dwindling hospital capacity. Longmont's mayor, Brian Bagley, is encouraging all counties to follow health orders, but He's turning heads with how he's planning on doing it. The mayor wants Longmont City Council to discuss an ordinance to potentially block patient transfers from Weld County hospitals. He says he doesn't want Larimer County resources to dry up because Weld County refuses to enforce state health orders.
I'm not saying we stop offering health care to Weld County citizens. I'm simply saying when the time comes that there's not a bed, when the time comes that there's not a physician, we're going to have to make a decision. And I think that decision needs to be made based on, well, did this municipality or county do anything to save their resources, or did they squander that opportunity?
Mayor Bagley admits the move may not be legal. Federal law requires emergency departments to stabilize and treat anyone seeking care. Castle Rock's Town Council passed a resolution refusing to comply with red level restrictions. Douglas County has been red since most of the metro moved last week. But after emotional testimony from struggling business owners, the council passed the resolution to keep businesses open despite the state health orders. Businesses in Loveland are also banding together to stay open. They plan to operate under the state's yellow level guidelines. But even as businesses fight to stay open, others are being shut down for failure to follow the health orders. The Tri-County Health Department closed 5 restaurants for not complying with red level restrictions. 3 of those businesses are in Castle Rock. The other 2 are in Parker. Fort Collins is joining the city of Boulder on the Noosh food delivery app. The partnership will help restaurants keep more of their profits when using the third-party delivery site. The partnership will also cover some of the delivery fees for customers as well. Denver and Aurora took a different approach. They both passed ordinances that temporarily cap third-party delivery fees at 15%. But DoorDash is making that money up by charging customers a local legislation fee. That means customers will pay an extra $2 when they order delivery using DoorDash. And we know the pandemic is putting more stress on family finances, but an Aurora woman is on a mission to help families in need save Thanksgiving. Faye took to Facebook just a few days ago wanting to help 10 families buy groceries this Thanksgiving, but she wasn't alone in her mission. To her surprise, many people saw her post and stepped in to donate money and time. So far, she's helped 34 families.
I'm really hoping that people can see that I'm just a regular person. I live paycheck to paycheck like a lot of people. I'm getting a lot of faith in humanity and knowledge that even a little bit goes a long way.
She hopes by sharing her act of kindness, others will follow suit and help make someone's day a little brighter. As we head into the winter months, shelter from the cold is something most of us take for granted. Denver7's Micah Smith shows us how a local inventor came up with a mobile shelter for people trying to survive on the streets.
Throughout the Denver metro, dozens of unhoused people can be found living in tents, hoping for a little protection from the outdoors. But tents can be tough to move and are often thrown away when left unattended.
After seeing so many people be, homeless and not have the opportunity to protect themselves or their items, I wanted to come up with something.
A portable, waterproof structure that a bike can easily pull. Dutch Seyfarth, who's operated a homeless ministry for years, created these bike shelters to provide some stability and protection.
This is essentially just a very rugged, heavy-duty bicycle trailer that's big enough for a human being to sleep in.
Seyfarth says he's put a lot of effort into making bike shelters repeatable and low cost.
Created one that's out of a welded steel frame, much lighter, with higher performance wheels, but it costs a lot more.
He also created one out of industrial polymer that's heavier but less expensive.
Between $300 and $500 depending on how many we build at once.
But Seyfarth says with the bike shelter kits he's created, it only takes 15 to 20 minutes to assemble one. And he sells those kits to companies or nonprofits who want to donate a bike shelter to someone in need.
We don't pretend to have all the solutions. We just want to come up with something that's affordable, that brings basic shelter and helps these people out.
Seyfarth says in communities like Inglewood, homelessness is a problem that may not have one blanket solution, but he's hoping to provide a little help, one shelter at a time. Reporting in Inglewood, Micah Smith, Denver7.
Micah, thank you. The city of Denver will open its first city-sanctioned campsite for the homeless next week. 2 churches in the city's Capitol Hill neighborhood offered up their property for a monitored campsite. Our partners at the Denver Post confirm the first will open at First Baptist Church near 13th and Grant. It would allow women and trans women at the site. The second, which could be announced in the coming days, would be open to women, men, and couples. It's now been 20 long months since CDOT started a project in Boulder Canyon to improve Highway 119. But the closures, one-way traffic, and delays are coming to an end. CDOT reconstructed 2 miles of road and just finished paving 13 miles of Highway 119 west of Boulder. It was a permanent fix for the damage done during the historic floods of 2013. The repairs required major rock blasting and moving the highway to a new configuration.
We had to do some blasting. We blasted 66,000 cubic yards of rock out of that mountain. And we're able to put more of the road onto bedrock, maybe make sure that road is passable now the next time the floods happen, because we know they're going to happen.
CDOT is working on guardrails, retaining walls, and other finishing touches, and they expect to have the work done by January.